going on, YouTube? It's your girl Monique Nicole, and I am back with another video. Before we get started, honey, if you're new to my channel, please make sure you are subscribed. Go ahead and click the subscribe button down below. While you're at it, go ahead and click the thumbs up button to like this video. It is an easy and free way to help support my channel. So please hit the thumbs up button and help support your girl. Okay? Okay.
All right.
So tonight I have my favorite diva in the building, Nita the Diva. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Hello.
Okay, we got some people in the building. What's up, Daria?
Yes, Miss Kira, Tamika, Moochie.
We got Inga in the building. Kira. Relax.
Inga sent us a lot of topics. Did you get a lot of topics in the DMs? We got some.
Inga ain't DM me.
We got some extra stuff to kind of jump into if we got a little time about the households of Potomac. We got Candace and who is it? Candace and Michael. There's a lawsuit. Then there was the Peter, the Patricia.
Yes.
G and the Mia of it all. It was
there's a lot of things happening on social media.
A lot of stuff going on.
The girls are fighting, as they say. Everybody is fighting. OMG. So we are here to talk reality TV talk with you guys. We are going to start off with Love and Marriage DC, although Potomac is piping hot.
Right.
Save that for later. And we will start with Love and Marriage DC. I'm trying to think about the episode. What did I think about it? This episode was more of a boring episode.
It was boring, but what I did like is that it had more things. It had, I guess it had more things to cover. Maybe with the Raina's mother's birthday and all that stuff. So I felt like there were things happening. I felt like there were several confrontations.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we retreaded the one for last
week. Right.
We got into another one, which led into another one. So there were 3 different confrontations.
Yeah.
There were some things happening. Like I said,
but it wasn't my favorite.
It always feels like it's not much because you have like 3 or 4 bullet points, and all the rest of the shows is like
yeah,
it's like all of that. But I feel like we did some things. I thought it was cute.
Yeah, it was. Now that you're bringing it up, there was some dialogue. Some things definitely did happen, and we are going to start off with, like you said, the episode picked up where we left off with Arena and Sherelle arguing at Quick's event. So they were still going back and forth. Arena was like, "That's why nobody likes you." Sherelle says, "You think I care who likes me?" Ashley said she was disappointed in the ladies arguing, especially with Arena. She felt like Arena should have walked away and kept on engaging. But to me, she should have been more upset with Sherelle because technically Sherelle was the person that brought the drama. She's the one that brought it up at Quick's event and decided to tackle it there. So exactly. I feel like she should have been side-eyeing Sherelle more than Arena.
And a lot of that, I was kind of confused because I felt like it was all misdirected. It was all misdirected. I felt like either somebody is playing some kind of editing jokes or pranks with us, and we don't know what's really going on, what happened first, what came first, the chicken or the egg. But Sherelle bought it, and I still didn't really understand the drama with Arena. And Arena was really just kind of like defending herself, and all the while Joy is sitting over there in the corner just like it's all about her.
I could not wrap my head around it. I really could
I'm
not.
like, what show are we watching? What show are we in? Because I'm trying to understand the dynamics and why are we mad at the wrong people and everything. It's just I was just like, you know, but what I will
Mhm.
say to this is that it speaks to biases. It speaks to who you're cool with,
Mhm.
who but a lot of stuff as far as Ashley is concerned, I caught a little hypocrisy with her. Like I felt like she was saying some things that she wouldn't do. Like just walk away. Girl, when have you ever walked away?
Exactly.
Like, I caught some hypocrisy with her. Um, with Arena, I just felt like she was just on the defense. It wasn't nothing she could do but just kind of be on the defense. And I felt like Joy was one of those throw the stone, hide your hand type of girl.
Mhm.
And she's just sitting over there just like
She really was. And I'm just like, no matter how you slice it and dice it, even if she didn't say the word shady, she said a whole bunch of stuff, you know. So no matter what she
and she confirmed Shady in the confessional.
exactly. So
Hmm.
Joy is giving me certain vibes that I don't really like.
Right.
So
Right.
Arena eventually apologizes for what she said. She says that those are the words that Joy used to describe, Sherelle's husband. She doesn't feel that way about him. That's just what Joy was saying. I mean, Arena shouldn't have gotten involved. That's how I see it, really.
Right. Right. Yeah, and that's the thing. But the whole thing is like, y'all, we gotta understand that this is a show. If people ain't dragging the tea and the bones, carrying the bones everywhere,
Well,
we're not gonna have
that's
a
true.
show.
That's true.
And
That's
so a
true.
lot of times when people get the bone carrier, you know, it speaks to some finagling behind the scenes of what you got to do to keep the show interesting. So at the
Yeah.
end of the day, I mean, I get it.
I get it too. You're right. You bring up an excellent point. This is a reality TV show. People do have to carry the bones, be the bone collector.
Yeah,
So,
keep the turret stern. You got to keep the turret.
gotta keep it stirring. So, in either way, it's not Irena's fault. This is Joy.
Right. Absolutely. Not
Yeah.
her fault.
So, anyway, let's see. Moving on. So, Irena has a cowboy themed birthday party for her mother. Joy and Ashley come to support, which I thought was nice. I think I have a picture. And let's see. So they have a sit down, of course. Arena asks Ashley, if they're good, because of course last time they were showing their asses at Quick's event. So she want to make sure they're good. Um, she says that she feels like she's in the middle of the whole situation, and there's going to be tension in the group. Joy says Joy says no, but I'm like, there is tension
Right.
in the group.
And mainly because of her.
Oh, my bad. I misread that. So Arena tells Joy she needs to have a conversation with Black to squash everything. That's why she's saying she feels like she's in the middle of everything. And there's going to be tension. And there is tension. There is tension now because you got everybody talking about it. It's a topic of conversation. People
Right.
are starting to form opinions. You're leaving so much room for people to just gossip and think the worst
Right.
versus you just having a conversation with the man. So I don't know.
And you remember we talked about that several weeks on both our channels. We've been talking about what is it? Tell us the story. Why are y'all dragging this out? What is going on? Like we need to know what's going on. So
And I heard through the grapevine that they still don't have a conversation by the end of the season. They still don't.
absolutely not.
And I'm like, that is bad. Carlos King should have intervened
Right.
and gotten Joy together while filming because this is ridiculous.
Right.
Like If they don't have a sit down conversation this season, what are we
What are
watching?
we talking about?
What are we talking about then? Like, what is this? What is this all for? Oh my gosh. Joy is just dragging the shit, dragging it, dragging it, dragging it. So, moving on to a very interesting meetup. Winter meets up with Ashley. Per usual, Ashley was rude and, standoffish, per usual. Um,
Wait a minute, who did you say was rude and standoffish?
Ashley.
Oh, right. Okay, I thought you said Winter.
Mm-mm.
No, Ashley.
Ashley.
Girl. And you know what? I'm going to speak to it. You remember that conversation that she had with her mother, right?
Yes.
She is stuck. That
Mhm.
inner child of her is stuck right there. She doesn't know how to communicate. Just like her mother doesn't know how to communicate. What did I tell you about last week? I said children model their parents sometimes or
Yeah.
whatever. And that whole thing where you can't see eye to eye, like, Ashley wants people to see eye to eye with her, but she refuses to see eye to eye with anybody else. She comes in negative. Like, there's a lot of things, like, I can come to a table.
Mm-hmm.
I've had conversations with people, even in my DMs, about certain relationships I have with people,
Mm-hmm.
and it never comes from a negative connotation. But Ashley always starts with the negative. If you start at negative, where do you have to go?
Where you gonna go? Yep.
You can't. Well, I mean, sometimes people say you can only go up from there, but no, not if you're both having these odds against each other. And when I saw her and Winter interact, it felt just like her and her mother, how they were not hearing each other. Now, for me, I feel like Ashley is determined to misunderstand Winter. I don't think that she even wants to
I
understand
agree.
Winter. Like, and then if you're coming to a table, I don't like you, we don't like each other, and excuse me, where are we going from here? Like, why? First of all, I would have been like, why don't you like me, darling? Like, I mean, I'm trying to figure out. Like, you didn't even know me season 1, and you came with all of these thoughts and all of these feelings about me.
Yeah.
And now we don't like each other, but why didn't we like each other?
Ashley
Because
is
you
not holding herself accountable for her part.
exactly.
Winter, they both don't get me wrong. Winter has her flaws too because she likes to
Oh
take
yeah.
and hide her hands too. So, but I still feel like Ashley brings a lot to the table and is also to blame
Yeah.
for the debacle between she and Winter. So, okay, this is a whole bunch of dialogue. Okay, Lord. So Ashley was like, when Sherelle asked me to come outside to talk to you, talking about the event, you made it your mission to come over there. Winter is like, yeah, because I heard you talking about me, so of course I'm gonna walk over there, and I agree. Ashley says, I keep saying I don't want to talk to you, and then for you to feel so important that you think you're always talked about. I'm like, but y'all, you do talk about her, and you talk
Right.
about her at the event, and I mean, what? It's
Right.
not that she feels that she's so important. It's because you were talking about her. Like, y'all talk about each other. Like, of course, what Winter is going to come and address you if she hears you talking about her. Oh my gosh, so silly.
Exactly.
So they go back and forth. Winter says it's not about being friends. How do we make this comfortable for each other when we are, out together in public, around each other or whatever? And then Ashley, once again, with her negativity, it was never going to be a handshake and hugs between us. You came in exactly how I thought you would. You came in defensive like I knew you would. And I'm like, what do you do with that?
Right.
What am I supposed to do with that type of response?
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I was just like, she needs to learn how to talk to people. I feel like, yes, yes, for reality TV, having somewhat of a no filter is TV gold, and you can get some things, but then there comes a line that you don't really want to cross where it kind of really makes you look bad. And I feel like she doesn't know, either don't know where the line is or just whatever, but you can't talk to people like that and then not expect a reaction. So that's the whole thing. Like, just come on. Like, she has to, yeah, she definitely holds grudges, LSW, because the whole thing was, it's like, even when the whole everything happened in season 1, she never let it go.
Mm-hmm.
She never let it go. But wait. God damn it. Went to put some stank on it when she talked to Monique. Monique came and got the shit started again. So maybe that's why she wasn't able to let it go, because when they agreed to let it go the first time, it
didn't get to really resolve.
move over that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I said, it's a fool, but I feel like that they are grown enough that we could say, okay, this is today, and we're moving forward, instead of just keep on harping on these, oh, y'all went on YouTube channels and did interviews and you said this, that, the other. You talk about, I'm not a God-fearing person. And I'm just like, girl, you allegedly. I'm just saying, like, I mean, come on. Like, no, I don't know. It's just a mess. Let's go. What's the next one?
Yeah, all of that. Yeah.
Right. Inga said, I'm so over them. Are we getting to the men? Let's go to the men's meeting.
Let's see if that, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. One more thing before then.
Okay.
Not that it's even that important, but Arena is working on a wig line apparently. So okay. Joy comes to support her, I guess, whatever. And Joy wanted to come basically to try on some wigs, I guess. So Joy lets her know that she needs her help with the wedding. Says that, so we finally get an understanding about this wedding situation. She says that she's hesitant to have a wedding because she knows her dad is no longer here and he would not be able to walk her down the aisle. Mm-hmm. So we finally get some understanding behind why she's so apprehensive about this wedding stuff. Right. I mean, that's really sad. So of course I can understand you not wanting to go through it. You know, that's pretty tough. So I guess to avoid that moment of walking down the aisle, she's just like scrapped the whole wedding, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I don't get it, because at the end of the day, you're doing something so important. You're always going to think about your parents.
Yeah.
So the feeling's
not going to go
be there regardless.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I don't know if she's just looking at it through like a, sometimes people are laser focused. You can't see the forest for the trees or whatever. But to me, it I'm not gonna say that because it might sound mean, and I don't want to come off sounding mean. But it just sounds like,
you think it's just an excuse that she's using.
That's exactly
for a bigger reason.
I agree. I didn't want to say it, but so she said, you put it out there. But the whole thing is, yes, she can go to the courthouse, but are you still going to miss your parents? Are you still in that moment not going to think about your parents? Your parents still initially, you may still want them to give you away, whether or not y'all walking down the aisle or not. Like,
like you said, the emotions and the feelings behind it are still going to be there. So,
right. And that's just like a physical thing, but it does not erase the feelings or the hurt or the emptiness or the pain you may feel. So it just didn't, but I'm not gonna those are her feelings, and she's valid. She's
Right.
valid.
Does she want to get married? Because I don't know. Monique brought up a good point. Forget the wedding. Do she still want to get married is the question. Inquiring minds want to know.
I think that's the real question.
Woo, Lord.
I mean, despite what her mouth says that she wants to. She said, "We can just get married. We don't have to have no wedding." That is what she's saying. She is saying that, but I don't know. I
But
don't know.
he doesn't want the courthouse. She wants the courthouse. He doesn't want the courthouse. So they have to find a middle ground. Like I said before previously, like just have okay, get married at the courthouse and then have a reception afterwards, have a party afterwards. That way you don't
Mhm.
have the whole ceremony. You can skip the ceremony part and just have the party part
Right,
of it.
right,
The celebration part, which is the best part of the wedding anyway. Hello.
right. Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad we didn't miss that because yeah, we needed to talk about that little thing.
Yeah. So now it's time for the guys. The guys are getting together, and we finally get to hear the perspective of Black. We get to hear Black's perspective on what happened with the band and this whole Joy situation. Uh-oh. Turn my thing off. With the Joy situation and all that stuff. So he explains his side of what happened. He says that Joy has a problem with the decision that he made. Black said a drummer quit the band, so we got some new people to fill in so we could go on tour. The manager left, and Black was basically placed in the managerial position. They go on tour, and the responsibility was basically on Black. He was getting stressed out, getting overwhelmed. The drummer who left was helping him with the business. She then wanted to come back into the fold, right? He's like, if she's going to help with the business, then come on back. Everyone else, however, did not want her back in the group. He gave an ultimatum, and either she comes back or he quits the band. Now, that somewhat adds up
That
with
makes
what Joy was saying. She basically said the same thing. I don't know how I feel about that part because I get where he's coming from. Although I'm like the ultimatum part, like you're willing to dismantle the band for one person, that's kind of suspect. That's kind of weird. You're willing to
very
throw everything away for one person. That seems odd to me.
very true.
That seems a little odd. Um,
I agree.
Clifton says that he heard from Joy that it's deeper issues than just that. To me, Joy needs to just grow up and have a conversation with Black. Black tells Clifton he's being fed wrong information. Black says he has no problem with Joy, but clearly she has a problem with him, and he's willing to sit down and speak with her.
Right.
Which is it's just it's gonna get annoying. It's already annoying at this point, and I'm upset that they're not gonna have a sit down this entire season. That pisses me off. I wish I didn't know that
Yeah.
because now I'm gonna be watching it upset.
Yeah. Now, it sounds like, y'all listen. I don't know. Listen, I used to be a young diva. Now, let me take you back to the old diva days. Now, young diva, back in the day, it used to be real, real messy. It used to be real, real messy. And it sounds like there was some mess going on. The buttermilk is not too clean. That person that he made the big gesture, that ultimatum,
Yeah.
I believe he was messing around with that person.
Ding 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 ding.
That person opted out to go on tour. They did all the stuff, did all the promoting, did all of the showcasing, building up the name, all this other stuff. Then they come back, they high on the horse, and they like this person coming back, like trying to take somebody's spot that had did the work, had went out there and did all the touring work and all that stuff. Let me tell you, when you're working with people and things just start to happen, chemistry start to vibing, you get some drinks, you get some late nights and stuff. I'm telling you, there is something else going on. The fact that Joy is using all of these descriptors, with it, manipulation, there was something, it was so many words that she was using. I can't think of them at the time, but I'm thinking whomever he made that was that's a huge gamble to put an ultimatum on the table just to have somebody come back to help you with something that you had already been doing. Like, I feel like maybe it's under wraps and Black ain't gonna say nothing and ain't nobody else gonna say nothing, and maybe Joy can't prove it, but I feel like there's something going on that caused that whole breakup to happen. And listen,
break it down, Nita. Break it down.
Look, it get a little messy, and them go-go bands. Oh, child, they are the mess. They are the biggest whores.
Really?
God, they are girl. And you talking about a go-go diva? Like, I used to go myself out 5 days a week when I was a young diva.
Wow.
Band members, whores, the biggest whores that you have seen.
Okay, that's the fourth one.
Sound like some entanglements. Yes, LSW. I'm telling you, there was something, and then that's what I'm saying. It's not just like Joy. She's saying she has a friend, right? So if he made the ultimatum for Joy's friend, that doesn't add up because Joy wouldn't be mad, right? So then Sharella comes around and she's like all taken up for him. Baby, it's too much going on. It's too much going on, and there's too many missing pieces. We need all the band members. Mumbo Sauce, come to the front of the class. Come on. Come on to the front of the class, baby. We need the story from all of y'all. We're gonna have
the whole story from top. The whole story from top to bottom, because I'm getting sick of it. Somebody to speak out. Somebody
foolishness.
I need somebody else from the group to go on social media and spill the tea from a different perspective.
The real tea. Or y'all gonna hold out. That's gonna be for season 2. I got my good eye on y'all. Y'all gonna stop dragging this.
No, they better stop dragging this BS because I'm getting sick of it. Anyway, so we're at the end. We are at the end of the episode. It was basically a cliffhanger, really, but all the ladies meet up because Ashley wanted to get all the girls together so they can. I don't know if she wanted peace because she told Winter there's no peace between them. So I don't know what her goal was since she don't want to be peaceful with Winter, but
I don't think she knows what the goal is. I'm telling you. Yeah, she's still lacking a little bit of self-awareness, just a little bit, like
just a smidget. So Ashley she jokes about Joy's outfit, which was a little underdressed. Joy's choice of fashion,
and this is the second time in the episode, might I add, because the first time when she came, she was not looking too good either. The wig,
yeah,
she had on some camouflage, a ruffly top, some army boots. I was like, "Oh, what is going on?"
He has a very interesting style.
Eclectic, shall we say?
Very interesting style.
Yes.
So,
and then she said she came in there with the tennis shoes because she wanted to make an easy exit just in case she had to.
Oh yeah, she did say that.
I was like, okay. I mean, I get it.
So Sherelle and Winter arrive. Sherelle says hi to Joy, and of course, Joy gives a dry hello. Ashley sets the rules for the evening, but Arena kicks off the BS
Mm,
by asking, "Why is Winter here?" I thought that was very rude and mean.
very.
I thought that was very rude, uncalled for.
Obviously, because I was invited. Like
Right,
what?
biatch. I was
Like
invited.
you act like I crashed the party, girl. What? No. Hello. I was just like, yeah, no. Yeah, no. Like I said, the intention was off because obviously everybody didn't know what the intention of this thing was. Like Raina, she was trying to explain. Well, we know this one got something with this, but look, you got something to do with winner too. So there's what are you
There's
talking
that.
about? And both of them is still just giving Mean Girls. Ashley's like the important people are here. Joy was like, oh Lord, because she already knows how it's gonna sound.
Mhm.
The important people are here. Like,
Yeah,
no,
she did say that in the beginning.
Ashley and Arena, the Mean Girls, the gutter Barbies, are gutter Barbieing. You know what I'm saying?
The gutter Barbies. In the words of Winter, the gutter Barbies.
Like,
Like I said, Arena was with the shit.
she
Yeah.
is. She is. And she looked like she's gonna be getting messier and messier as we go
Unfortunately,
into the
'cause I thought she was season one. I thought she was above it. I thought she was a
right,
little bit more
right. No,
mature.
production said you better bring it. That's what they said. You know how they light that fire underneath that ass. You're like,
Woo!
oh, hold on.
Oh my gosh! And that's it, you guys. This is a cliffhanger. So
Yeah.
next week will be more shenanigans. Ooh, that water looks nice and cold.
Mm.
Ooh, I'm like, ooh, I need to get. Ooh, that
That's
looks.
the only way I drink it, baby.
Ooh, that looks so good. Nothing like some cold water. Oh my gosh.
Love cold water.
Yes. All right, y'all. That's it for Love and Marriage DC. What do we rate the episode? What do we rate it? Put it in the comments. What do y'all rate the
I like it.
episode?
What did y'all think about Arena bringing up the sex talk about her and Jamie not having sex because her mother is
Oh yeah.
on the hall and all that stuff. I give it about a 7. Yeah, I give it a 7. I need to say a 6, 7.5, 6, 6, 7.5. Okay. Yeah, we're along the same. There were some things happening. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know if we touched on every little thing, but I thought it was decent. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7.
I think I got most of everything.
Yeah.
It was like an average episode. It was an
I
average.
felt like did the girls did no, I think that might have been a preview. Oh, I got power up there. What the fuck?
Oh, look at you. You already prepared, honey.
Look,
Oh,
I'm already ready.
look at you.
Look, I knew the girls had on red. Okay.
I'm like, power. You ready, Nita? Okay, let me find out. You getting a head start?
Right.
Ooh,
Yeah, it
okay.
was about average. It was average.
You gotta stretch. Oh, for Potomac. Oh God. Okay. Because the reunion is so hard to review because it's so much dialogue.
Yeah.
It's so much dialogue.
Take your time. It's all right. We're gonna try to get there, get through it.
Now, okay. How do I do this? Like, let's say I have a picture up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I want us to still be on the screen. I
Oh,
can't.
it can't be an overlay. Okay, so
Oh,
you have
oh,
it has to be like a presentation.
it has to be a presentation.
Yeah, so if it's an overlay, so you will have to do like present and it
Mhm.
would have to be a slide, like a slideshow or something like that. How
Oh,
we, how we put them together and stuff like that. You ain't like you ain't like Real Housewives of Potomac.
but it's
People was mad about that colorism discussion. I know Carlos King went off.
he went
I,
he went
I don't
in.
know. He all right, but he been I don't know. He been talking a little greasy lately. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he been talking that smack.
like he's smelling himself or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, I understand.
But why
Like,
can't we
he may have some grievances from when he was there and the stuff that he had to endure and all that stuff. But, I was just like, okay. He be putting a lot of stank on it. Yeah, he did. He went crazy. And right, like soon as the episode went off, and I don't even think he talked about anything else but the colorism. He didn't talk about nothing else.
Carlos King went crazy?
He didn't talk about anything else.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. So the episode picks up with Wendy letting Giselle know that there is a pattern in her behavior as far as, coming after people's marriages and things like that, and having a problem doing it when the cameras start to roll. Candace, of course, chimes in and says, instead of talking about her uterus and what's happening in your personal life, she uses this show to lie on people. Your dwindling uterus was waiting for you to put it on TV as a storyline. Why? Because she never has a storyline. Like, never, ever. And I don't know how she's gotten away with it for so long. I guess because she's the producer's pet. She does all the dirty work, so they love her. They give her a pass. But Miss Giselle, we are on to you, and your luck might be running out soon.
It could be that light skin and them green eyes as well.
It could be that. It could be that. But I think it's more so she's the bone collector. She's the Kenya Moore of Potomac. Um, she might be worse than Kenya.
Oh,
Um,
for sure.
the way she
Kenya
does,
is dangerous. She,
huh?
I say Kenya, in my opinion, isn't dangerous
Yeah.
with her words. The way Giselle
Bell
is,
is,
she's taking it to a whole nother
yeah,
level
yeah,
where
for
I
sure.
definitely cannot make any excuses, any passes for her. Her dismissing mistreatment of somebody just because she doesn't like them, and
That was
why can we get to the reason why you don't like them? So like, no, I don't like a person who moral compass shifts based on whether or not you like the person, and then whether your liking is even valid. Like, I mean, everybody, your shit is valid. Like, whatever, validate yourself. But to me, her like of Wendy is not valid in that manner where you can just dismiss
missing.
violent and bad treatment towards her as if she ain't shit. Like, where's your moral compass? Like, where is it at? Like, no.
Mm-hmm. I agree. You said it. I agree. I agree. So Candace says you had 6 months to bring this up to me, but you waited until we had an audience of millions of people to make my husband look like a predator. Giselle says Chris made her feel uncomfortable and that they are arguing semantics. She says that Candace made this a bigger deal than what it was. Um, what do we think about that? Do you think Candace made it bigger than what it was, or was she valid in her reaction and how she's handled it this season?
No, I think she's valid. If you want to do it when the camera's here, then we doing it while the camera's here. Oh well. And when I talk about your dwindling uterus, bitch, you don't get to say nothing to me. You just got to sit there and eat your food because that's just what it is. She is a snake. She's a snake and she deserves it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you cannot be coming for people like that. And like Wendy said, it's a pattern. And that's what, okay, we'll get there. I'll save it for the colorism part. But my gripe about the colorism part is that production had every opportunity to get a reel together, a package
Oh,
of colorism examples, how a light-skinned person and a dark-skinned person, how they are held to task. Light-skinned people are not. Dark-skinned people are, and very harshly so. So hold it, like I need examples. Put the examples, that because people, I don't understand the ignorance or the willful blindness, the cognitive dissonance. Like when people just aren't getting it, then that's why you need these examples. You have to put them out there.
mhm.
You have to.
So Andy brings up
She didn't handle it well.
whew, sorry. Andy brings up production showing Chris allegedly flirting with Deborah. Deborah. Deborah.
He's
She
like,
he asked Ashley, like, what did you think about this when you saw the footage? Well, it did not align with what Deborah said. I was a little bit surprised, but she still stands behind everything that she said. But I'm glad Ashley said it did not align with what. I'm glad she said basically, shit, the bitch was lying, but she didn't really say it. But
right.
basically, the bitch was lying.
What I almost kind of interpreted was is that they were trying to say that they did some kind of voiceover for Chris.
Oh, really?
Did anybody get that? Did anybody hear, not hear, but interpret Ashley's, the way she said it didn't align? Were they saying that editing messed with the wording and what was said? Did
Oh,
that ever come to anybody's head?
I don't know.
I don't know, but it did kind of come to my head. So I was just like, is she trying to play some games here or something? I'm trying to say that the production is
I had
intentionally trying to do the editing in a manner where it didn't align with what she said. So I didn't know for sure if she was kind of calling Deborah out without calling her out, or she was calling production a liar. So I don't know. So that was one of the things that okay, Monique. She said basically she did blame editing. That's how I took it. I felt like
oh,
she was still taking Deborah's side, saying that it didn't align. So what it felt like to me is she was trying to say that production was trying to do something.
oh, oh, I didn't take it that way. Okay.
Yeah, Jerica said it too. Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
so we don't know. It's up to interpretation. So I don't know, but what
Because to me, I got from her vibe the fact that she was smirking. She was basically saying the bitch lied, but she didn't want to say it. But basically, she was trying to give a nice politically correct answer. That's how I took it.
okay.
But y'all could be right.
I know you always be trying to see the good and everything.
Who?
You,
How I took it, but that's how I took it. I can't.
girl, I be like this. What wasn't said? Looking.
She could have. So then Andy brings up Candace's Instagram rant that Robin put on blast in Miami. So Robin says she was in her feelings with how Candace was treating her. I'm like, how did Candace treat you? I didn't understand that part. Candace says, if I heard you say something like that, I would assume you were not talking about me. I would go to you to try to find out versus putting you on blast in front of the whole group. She says basically like Robin made herself look stupid because she didn't look stupid. Robin looked stupid. Wendy admits to Candace that she did feel away when she said that Robin was the most loyal to her. Robin says, well, it's not a competition. I don't understand why one person has to only be cool with one person. Like, it's not it's not a competition, not a competition. And it's not a competition. I feel like Candace can be friends with Robin and she can be friends with Wendy. It is what it is. Every bitch is not gonna like each other. Don't put me in the middle of the shit. It is what it is.
Right.
No need to compete. But I
But
understand.
Robin, I'm gonna need you to shut your mouth.
Yeah.
She looked so crazy. That was number one. We'll get to the other stuff. But yeah, it's not a competition, isn't it? I mean, it feels like it because everybody always trying to call somebody to the carpet and saying, well, the whole thing about Karen, they wanted Karen to jump in front of the mess with Mia, and she was just like, well, y'all had a problem. She was talking about something else. And I'm like, ain't it a competition? Because I felt like everybody, like, I don't know, just always pointing the finger at everybody. And it's just like, feels like a competition. But yes, Robin is stupid. Oh my God. She made herself look really dumb. The whole reunion. But in this episode, at least 3 times. So that was number one.
At least 3. Oh Lord. So Giselle's segment comes up. Andy says, it seems like there's a lot that you don't want to talk about, but you expect other people to be open. She says, I've talked about it on camera, but I'm not going to sit with people I don't like, pointing at Wendy, and discuss my health issues. Candace says Giselle bullies people, which she does. She's saying you bully people to tell you their business, tell you what they're thinking, but you don't provide the same thing. What are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely right. I mean, she told no lies.
Right.
She told no lies, and she does that. And that whole pointing her finger down to, like, I mean, Giselle, what are you mad at, really? You mad because Wendy didn't take it like a good lapdog? Like, she was not going to allow you to make her look stupid, and she wasn't going to fight back for herself. She got your ass together, and that's why you mad at her. Like, I don't like her. Why? There is no reason not to like that woman. Although she did get your ass together. And that's the only thing it is. Like, not to that extent. You can be like, I don't
it's not
all
that
like that, but I don't like her.
To me, it's not that deep. Wendy came for you because you came for her last season, but it wasn't that serious to where you still have to dislike her to this magnitude.
Exactly.
It's just too much.
Because all she was doing was defending herself. It's not like she started anything with you. There's no smear campaign about you. All she did was react and she read you your goddamn right. She pulled your edges, she tugged your wig. Yeah, but she got you together. She got you together. But you can't be mad. You the one what they say. They said don't send for me. If you send for me, I'm gonna come. And Wendy came. So I don't understand why she's so mad. Because I'm like, girl, you started it. Same thing with Ashley in Love and Mercy DC. You started the mess. So when people have things to say, they're on the defense. That makes sense to me. So I don't know. I don't understand it.
Well, there you have it.
Yes. Wendy read her down. She probably, girl, I'm telling you, she probably had nightmares. She probably have nightmares of that read. Oh my God. Like, oh my God, when I tell you she chopped her down to her knees. Oh my God. Face cracked, scratched the back of the neck. Oh my God. If I was your mother, I would be embarrassed. My face.
Ooh.
She got
Embarrassed
you. She got you. I'm
with
sorry.
your.
But it wasn't that serious though. It still wasn't that serious.
So now we have Wendy's segment. So, oh Lord. So Andy says to Mia, it seems like you were trying to make whatever was going on with Wendy and Peter more than what it was. Wendy says, you assaulted me. They kind of jumped it, they kind of mushed it all together, whatever.
Right.
So Wendy says, you assaulted me. Mia was like, do you want to talk about the fact that you effed Peter? I'm like, what are we do? Like, where did that come from? What are we doing? Like that's your response to the, oh God. So Mia says they had dinner. Peter and Wendy had dinner before filming, and that they had a um, whole entire entree, and I heard all about it. Wendy says you F for lobster, and Mia says she doesn't deny it.
This is Mia's nose.
Pinocchio.
By the end of this is Mia's nose. Man, she's so stupid. I can't.
Wait, put the nose back. Put the nose back.
Put the nose back.
Pinocchio.
You need to get some help. You need to get some help, girl. I think she's worse than Marlo. She needs some help.
Oh, Jesus.
Monique said she got PTSD from them reads. She do. I'm telling you. She be dreaming about that shit.
Oh my gosh. It just starts to get more annoying as I go. So Andy then gets on Robin. Andy then gets on Robin for calling Wendy antagonistic after she had a drink thrown in her damn face. So Robin says, I really didn't want to see her fight on TV. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. Wendy says, you directed all your commentary to me, the victim, basically. Robin says she and Wendy were not friends. Karen would have been the perfect person to tell y'all to cut it out. Karen is like, don't bring me in this mess. You were the one throwing gas on the fire. And she was.
Right.
And she was. What was she? TMZ, Robin, MZ, whatever.
Yeah, and even her trying to clean up the fucking lie, it was garbage. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Garbage. Like, she couldn't even clean it up. I was just telling her, if she didn't want to fight, then don't fight. Just sit down and shut up. But if she wants to fight. And but why are you recording it, Robin?
Why are you recording it? And why are you telling her?
When we have a whole camera crew around recording.
Idiot. And stop telling her to not talk. She can talk as much as she wants to. She just had a drink thrown in her face. She can talk as much shit as she wants to talk. Now, if Mia crosses the line and hits her, that's Mia assaulting her. That's not because Wendy is talking. So Wendy can say whatever the hell she wants to say. She just had a drink thrown in her damn face. You lucky she's not up fighting. Not whooping Mia's ass.
Robin is a liar too. Mm-hmm. You go ahead and get your clown nose, your Pinocchio nose too, Robin. Because all of that was lies. It was all lies. What Carly Red said, it was all a lie. It was all a lie.
Roberto.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That is the colorism. That is standing up for a light-skinned girl and her privilege when a dark-skinned girl was assaulted and you don't think nothing of it, and you don't think that that person has any recourse, they can't do nothing, girl, you better sit down and take your lashings like you did in the old days. That's exactly what it was given. If you want to fight, fight. And if you go, I'm going to show the overseer. If you get up and this girl is over here doing what? No, that is it in real time. We saw colorism in real time. Them making excuses for Mia's behavior towards Robin. I mean, towards
When
Wendy. That's it. That's colorism in real time. That's it. But
oh Lord, so it just gets these topics. Oh Lord. So Andy says to Ashley, you flip-flopped on your stance against violence this season. She says she did not. She says everyone came to Candace's defense with the Monique situation, which they did. He says no one came to Wendy's defense when she was the person that had been violated. Everyone came for Monique and said she was a misrepresentation of Black women, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Candace says under her breath, she was. Candace was talking shit the whole time during that. Andy also got on Giselle's ass and says, "Oh no, let me ask you first. What do you think about that part? Do you think Ashley flip flop, or do you think it's what she said, meaning nobody was defending Wendy versus Candace? Everybody came to her defense, so she had enough support, basically."
I agree with that. I'll give her that. I almost do kind of, I understand somebody may be interpreting that as a flip flop, but I feel like what she was saying was in alignment with her character. So nobody took up for Monique. So she went to align herself with Monique.
Yeah.
Nobody took up for Wendy. She aligned herself with Wendy.
Yeah.
So even though they're polar opposites, because Monique was the aggressor, she was the attacker, and then and Wendy was the victim. On the other hand, in that whole thing, I still feel like her character played out to be the same.
The same.
Like,
Okay. Yeah.
It felt like she still kept the same energy.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Not saying it was right or wrong.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that it felt like it was par for the course for Ashley. That is what I assume for her.
Yeah. So Andy also got on Giselle's ass and says her reaction to the violence this season is different than the Monique situation. She says it's two different situations. She said Candace got beat up. This was a simple drink toss. The two are not comparable. Now, my thing is this. Yes, one act was more aggressive than the other act, but it was still a violent and aggressive act. Right. Had that been Robin that got a drink tossed in her face, best believe Giselle would be defending Robin and saying that that's deplorable, that's terrible. Exactly. You don't do it. You violated her. You assaulted her. She'd be saying all those buzzwords if it was Robin. Exactly. But because it was Wendy, so now it's not a big deal because it was a simple drink toss.
Yeah. And that's why I said that's when biases come in based on who you like or
that's what I think this cast has a problem with. A lot of them do lack a moral compass when it comes to situations. Just because you don't like somebody, you're willing to turn a blind eye in certain situations. That's right. Like Andy said, that would not hold up in court, but like, I mean,
right. Yeah, and not just a drink toss, and hit her with the purse. It might have been worse if security wasn't even between them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Wendy was still in the sitting position. No acts of aggression, no nothing. She's still sitting down in the vulnerable state. And Mia is up doing, acting like a donkey. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, what? No, it doesn't
Yeah.
compare.
And Monique, I agree with you. When that stuff went down, I felt like Ashley should not have gotten involved with the legal stuff.
Right.
I don't think she should have gotten involved either. I think she should have sat that one out, especially because she wasn't in the room. You're doing a character statement, but you were not in the room. So it was
Right, but she didn't speak to what happened in the room. She
she
spoke
spoke to Monique's character.
right.
But what I'm saying is it's still wrong because you weren't there to witness the melee. You weren't there to see what happened. So it's just like, I don't know. It
Right.
was
Right. I get it.
that was such a that I
Like
do
like
not
I said, I think the Crypt Keeper had something to do with that. So
I don't miss that season because that season was so intense and it caused so much stuff on social media and people arguing, people fighting their opinion, and it just got so nasty. And Team Monique and Team Candace and this, that, and the third. And
yeah,
oh my god,
it was bad. It was bad.
it got really nasty. So I just
Yeah,
whoo,
it did. I'm like this. Woo.
yeah, I do not miss that part. So in the same segment, he's trying to convey to her, look, you said Chris made you feel a certain way. Wendy is saying that she felt a certain way. She felt violated. Giselle admits, well, I don't like her, so I don't care. And there you have it. A lack of a moral compass.
Right. Right.
So Wendy starts to cry and says that the incident really affected her and the way that it was handled within the group was messed up, and she's a strong woman, but it really affected her, and all that stuff. And I felt bad. I did feel bad. It brought me back to those episodes. Like they gave Mia all this damn power. Bitch, I don't care if you hosted this trip. You're not going to kick someone out. No, 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 no. And isolate them and they can't come to any of the events. No, ma'am, you are not the captain of this ship. Absolutely not.
Right.
So that and if I was Wendy, I would not have sat out on. I don't give a fuck. Like I would have been popping up at the events. Like, where y'all going to brunch? Okay, I'm there. Like, you're not about to isolate me, bitch. You're not about to isolate me.
Right.
Hell no. Hell no.
But me, I understand because they're on a show that get paid per episode, per scene, whatever. But for me, I don't want to be nowhere I'm not wanted or welcome. So me, like now in my life, I wouldn't be like just trying to show up just because you don't want me there. I don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like one of those type things.
I get that too, but like you said, I got a check to collect, bitch.
Hello, yes, we're at work, darling. So
I'm at work. I get paid for my appearance.
Exactly. So I get it
though. I see both sides for sure. I see both sides. So okay. Let's all take a deep breath real quick.
It was only 2 minutes.
So hold up, because the next topic, that's what I'm saying. It was only 2 minutes. Okay. The topic of colorism comes up. Woo. So they decided, the cast, again, not production, the ladies decided on whether or not they wanted to have a mediator come and discuss the segment. I respect Andy for having the emotional intelligence to understand that he may not be the best person to conduct said conversation. I'm glad that he noted that. I give him props for that. And I give them props that they asked the ladies what they wanted. So the ladies are the ones that said they would rather discuss it amongst themselves without a mediator. I would have loved to see. I would have loved to seen what it would have looked like with a mediator on there. I would have loved to seen what that would have looked like. but the ladies decided not to do it.
That was the wrong choice for me. So
Yeah.
needed someone qualified. Who do y'all think is qualified to have this conversation?
They would have had to reach out to some type of psychiatrist or some type of somebody in the
What
mental.
about Ebony from Real Housewives of New
Yeah,
York?
I mean she could have done it too.
Angela Rye,
Yeah,
Nina Parker.
yeah.
Who could have did it?
They could have they all those.
Nicki Minaj.
No.
I mean, she was. Look, it's not a far fetch. Trina, look, Trina done made an appearance on there. It's not a far fetch. We need somebody that can bounce the questions back off, like somebody that has the knowledge and the history, that has seen the show and has the foresight and knows the examples of when colorism has actually taken place, and we can hold people feet to the carpet. So that's why I think we needed a mediator,
$40.
because I think a lot of people just don't want to admit to it.
No.
A no-name person. She said not Ebony. I know Ebony is because she talks like a lawyer.
Well, she's a lawyer. No, she would have been a great she would have been a great person to talk about.
No, it's something about. I think she could have had the conversation for sure, but I don't know. It's something off-putting with Ebony, and I don't think that it would be received widely from the audience. So that's what I'm saying about Ebony. But I think she is definitely qualified to have.
She's definitely qualified. We might not like her, but she's qualified.
Yeah.
To have the conversation about race and colorism. So Candace kind of kicks it off. And I want us to. We might disagree on this part, but I wanted to note Candace herself says that she does not think her castmates are colorists. And I feel like that's very important to take into consideration. Now, the only person that I put a question mark under is Robin and Giselle. Those are the two people on the cast that I feel like y'all might display some signs of colorism and you don't even know it. Right. But I don't think Karen is colorist. I don't think Ashley is colorist. I don't even think me is colorist. And the fact that Candace spoke up and said that lets me know, okay, cool. Like she doesn't think her castmates are. Can they still benefit from colorism? Yes. Mm-hmm. But I think some of the viewers display colorism with how they react. It's how they react to what Candace does versus what Robin does. It's the fan reactions that has caused the controversy when it comes to colorism with the ladies. Like I said, Candace can do it, but then if Robin does it, it's taken differently. Or if Karen were to do it, it'd be taken differently. And a part of me feels like that can be true. But like I've been saying, there's another part of me that says it could just be as simple as people don't like Candace. Nobody was talking about colorism when she and Monique were going at it. People who were saying awful things about, people were going in on Candace that season, saying awful things. And I don't feel like it had anything to do with colorism. I feel like it had to do with people don't like Candace because of how she talks, her mouth, her language, how she reacts to things. That's why people don't like her. But then again, there's also a subgroup of people that are colorists.
Right.
So I
get that too. I can get it.
It's just whatever.
And then also too, there is some type of elitism that is going on, and sometimes it has a connotation about who's been on the show longer. So it might be the OGs versus the newbies that are trying to, they're like, oh, pick me, I want to be on your team. And it just so happens to be Candace and Wendy. And I don't know why Mia isn't on that team because Mia is the newest one of them all.
Yeah.
And I still feel like she still benefits from the light skin privilege that she has. So that's when things so just a lot of things can be true at the same time.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not just black and white. There's a lot of shades of gray in there, but definitely there are some unconscious biases that are going on in there. And for sure, Robin and Giselle, head of the pack. I'm gonna lump Mia in there as well. You
Okay.
didn't want to, but Ashley and Karen, I'm gonna go ahead and give them a pass. Karen said a couple of little things that kind of, and then Ashley has these Karen ways about her that makes me feel like she does know her privilege and she does lean into it and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't know.
She does have that in her, and I think Ashley also has some dangerous traits as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
Trying to see if I want to read all this. So Candace read the definition of colorism. She says there is a double standard. She has the reputation of yelling, crying, and being emotional, but Robin has screamed and yelled and put fingers in people's faces and doesn't get the same reaction. Robin says, well, I've been called a mean girl and aggressive. And Candace says, yeah, like today, but collectively throughout the series, you have not been. Um,
Right. No
Giselle,
matter what she's done, you know.
no matter what she's done, Giselle chimes in and says, what does being emotional have to do with colorism? And I just, I just, I don't, I don't know what to. She missed the bigger picture.
Right.
She
And
missed the bigger point. It went over her head.
a lot of times I say to people like Gizzard and Roberto, if you are convinced that you are going to misunderstand me and anything that I'm trying to say to you, you're dead set on your stance and what you're going to say and how you're going to take it. And oh, I don't understand. And I'm just an airhead. And oh, I don't know what you're talking about. What is that? Girl, no. That, I mean, it's just even just that little thing. Like, you're even judged harshly that you can't even cry. And then you're bullied because you're showing emotion. That's what she's saying. She's saying that, if anybody else cries, but then everybody is hollering about she needs a Kleenex
Yeah.
sponsorship and all of this stuff, and they're making fun of her crying and all this other stuff. But Giselle, she gets her crying and her emotional things cut out of production. They take it out. She tried to pull it. She tried to pull it this episode and said she started to tear up and she's like, "We'll talk about it later, Andy." And he said, "No, we'll talk about it now."
Right
So,
now, his mama's.
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, girl, no. Everybody has to deal with emotions. We have to process them. You let them out, you bottle them up, whatever you want to do. What she's saying is that even a smaller thing of her crying and letting out a tear, she is judged more harshly than anybody else. She's teased for it. She's shown the most growth for me throughout the whole series.
Wow.
She's shown a lot of growth with me. And
Mm-hmm.
even though she still sheds her tears, I don't feel no ways about shedding no tears. You shed a damn tear. I don't care.
Yeah,
Shed it.
I don't care.
But just that's that whole strong black woman. Throw that ish away. That is not real life. People gotta process emotions, let that stuff out, let it out. But she's just like kind of like I said, I feels like she wants to misunderstand her. there is no path to understanding with Gizzard. That's just what she wants to. That's gonna be her stance. And I don't care if Jesus was down here trying to tell her what it was. She ain't gonna listen to it because that's her stance. And I just think that's how it is.
Bam.
Oh, you thought the tears was fake?
Whose tears?
Just when she was talking about the hysterectomy and her being in surgery.
No, I thought that was real because
I don't know.
only
I don't even know if the whole story is real.
I think
feel
it's real because of her children, the way that she was saying that how they were scared. I believe that. So that's why I'm gonna give it to her as a real moment.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Surgery is scary.
because you didn't see it on camera. I'm just
Yeah.
girl. They're liars, and I know that they lie. And like when you lie like that, like I have a hard time believing you. Whether the camera's down, if they up, like I don't know. I don't even know if I even believe the story. I'm just gonna be honest.
Damn, y'all.
She could have had it, but I don't know. I don't believe her.
Oh Lord.
I don't
Okay.
believe her about that whole Jason and Summer House thing either. So there's
They
that.
got a picture together.
So
They
do
smashing.
Martell and Sheree.
But they smashing.
Anybody got the video yet?
Even if something, listen.
Yo,
Even
what if they do have a sex tape? What if they, girl,
ooh,
they seem like the type that would do it.
they
Sheree
seem
and
like the
Martell.
type. They seem like the type. You got that right.
Oh my God.
That would
Okay,
be
that's all alleged, y'all. I'm just saying it feels on par with them. But I would love to see it. I will be a fly on the wall.
Inga says she does not care nothing about Giselle or her uterus. Well,
I don't have one.
I'm glad she had a safe surgery. I'm glad she made it out okay. That's what I'll say.
Okay. Monique said, "Oh no." You know what? They got nice bodies. What's wrong with that?
I mean, they got they got
They
nice
are
bodies.
very nice looking.
They got nice bodies.
All right now. I know people have trouble with sex scenes. I guess. I don't know. I don't. I don't.
Oh, I missed some of the
Seriously,
dialogue. So let me wrap this colorism part up because I done forgot. So Karen chimes in to help. She says, due to the color of Candace's skin, she is judged more harshly given the same circumstances. Correct. Ashley says she understands the privilege that she has as a light-skinned woman, which I'm like, okay, thank you. However, she's had an issue with everybody in this group. And the dynamic of this group is not based on the color of your skin. And to me, I agree. I
agree.
I've been watching Potomac since day one, and I feel like these bitches go at it for all types of reasons, and their skin color ain't got nothing to do with it.
Now, I believe that to be true for Ashley's case. That's what I can say 100%
with Ashley.
Ashley, I won't have that statement for anybody else though.
Karen's not colorist.
Karen said, well, what does she mean by she said Wendy does not fit the aesthetic of the group, the look of the group? What does she mean by that when she made that statement?
Ooh.
Do you remember the statement?
I remember now because I remember she did not like Wendy in the beginning. I don't know.
Right. But why? That's what I keep. That's why I just want to get to the why of it all. Like, you don't like her. Why? Because she doesn't fit the aesthetic of the group. Because she doesn't, pass the paper bag test. Like, why?
I don't know. It could be something else. We're speculating.
Allegedly.
Right. It's all speculation. Okay. So we're at the tail end, basically. So, oh Lord. So Jacqueline, we're at the end, really. So
Yeah.
Jacqueline comes out and Andy asks, how does she feel after filming? And she said that she saw someone that wanted to put her down and make her peasant. Mia says, I don't want to put her beneath me. I had a lot going on and I became overwhelmed because of all the support that she needed from me. And I don't know. Jacqueline says she was the one that got her sister to watch Mia's kids. So basically, how are you gonna act like you did me a favor when I helped you? So they go back and forth. It was really a nothing burger. What y'all talking about? What y'all doing? What conversation?
I'm trying to show y'all the
Yeah,
the
but we all know season one was is they were all light skinned. We know that.
except for Sharice, but
It's
Sharice had that. Sharice had that.
had that money.
She ain't had, yeah. That was, she bore her way into the aesthetic.
So
Yeah, so
Jack,
I'm sorry. I was listening to you, but I was looking for that whole. I was like, oh, let me look and see.
so Jacqueline and Mia, they go back and forth, whatever, child. Then they start pulling out receipts on each other, and it's a cliffhanger.
Right.
I don't really care about the Jacqueline and Mia situation. I'm over it.
Yeah.
It to me, it was unnecessary. It didn't have to go that far between them two. They could have really worked it out. But Mia is a biatch. Mia is a mean girl. Mia is stubborn.
Right.
He's stuck in her ways. So
Yeah.
to me, I blame Mia. Even though Jacqueline has her ways, I blame Mia as
Right.
the person who really spearheaded this beef between them and
Right.
dragged it out.
Right. And speaking of Mia, like sometimes, like I don't even feel like even dignifying her actions with any kind of commentary because it's all ridiculous. Like it's
Yeah.
not grounded in anything of realism. She throws things out. She like throwing things to see what's gonna hit the wall.
Yeah.
Like girl, I don't even have time to even waste my breath on me. You know what I'm saying? So that whole whatever, like Mia, girl, shut up. Like even when we was on my channel, I was like Mia's segment. I don't even think I even said nothing about her. Like literally, you're stupid. You're less than smart. You need to get yourself together and get you some therapy, child. That's all I can say. You need some help. For
Mia
real.
needs a lot of help. She does. So y'all, what do we rate the part two of the reunion? I'm gonna give it an 8. I thought it was um
I was
entertaining.
annoyed, but it was a lot to talk about. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it an 8 too, just because there were so many things to talk about. But the annoyance level for me in this episode was just kind of, it was kind of high.
Uh-huh.
It was kind of
So
high.
what do y'all rate the episode? Let us know in the comment section.
Got a 7, got an 8.
Let me know. Let me know.
Ooh,
Got a 6.
girl, I'm telling you, the way they annoyed me, I feel like I want to give it a 6, but because we have something, at least they gave us something, and we got something to talk
Yeah.
about. You know, you kind of give it a higher score because there at least is something to talk about. But yeah, like for the annoyance level, 6. So I'm right there with you, Inga. So does anybody like the whole thing with G and Peter, Patricia, and G? Oh God, God bless him. He gotta stand, stick beside his less than smart wife, and stick his neck out and make him look stupid in the process.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, Peter said that the other ladies didn't know him. He don't know the other ladies, and the other ladies don't know him like that. Now G comes and says, Peter don't know. He was the first one to hold my daughter. I said, way to misunderstand, miss the whole
It's the whole thing.
That's
Yeah.
the whole thing, just to hone in on something that he didn't say. That's why I always say communication isn't key. Comprehension is key, not communication. Because you could be talking all the hell you want to. You got to understand what is going on. So,
Yeah.
so that whole thing was annoying, and I don't know. Did it feel orchestrated to you? Did it feel like a PR stunt? Do you want
No,
to talk
it
about
felt like
Drew and Ralph? Do we want to?
yes. So Drew and Ralph, baby. Drew Sidora and Ralph from Real Housewives of Atlanta are divorced. They're divorcing my divorce. That's from a movie.
Listen,
Um,
that
but
that marriage to me was doomed walking in. Like
boom.
I never felt. I felt like he was already checked out. This is season 1 of her being on
Their
the show.
first, their first season,
Exactly.
their first scene together. They were arguing and
Baby.
had a freaking blow up. Their first scene ever taping together on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Them mother truckers was in there arguing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, Jay is from Brown Sugar.
Yes.
Celebrating what? My divorce.
But listen, that whole thing. Okay, so first the whole debacle of first of all, I think Ralph leaked to the press that he filed. When Drew actually filed, she was actually doing the running to
A
the
whole
courthouse to
hour.
file while he on the phone talking to the People magazine saying that he filed first. But it comes to show court documents showed that she filed a whole hour and
A
1
whole
minute
hour.
earlier than him.
A whole hour.
Child. A mess, a mess. Listen, I told, oh, look, on Twitter, I said, count it all joy, girl. That is your blessing in disguise. Your rejection is God's protection. Leave that man where he stood. He did not want to adopt your son. Why? Because he didn't
Ooh,
want another child support payment. He already has 2 by
ooh.
you. He doesn't want a third one. So once he was going to adopt your child, then on top of that, he makes a bag off your son about being a step parent. Don't don't adopt him. Don't do any of those things, and then turn around and divorce you, bitch. He got you looking real stupid and silly in these Atlanta streets. And I'm just sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She should have filed. She should have been filed.
You could have been fine.
A lot of times
Me
you don't
too.
see it when you're in it, but when she was on there that first season, I feel like you have an opportunity to watch it back and you
Yeah.
can be on the outside of it and you can kind of like, and then that's don't stay for the kids. Don't stay for the
Yeah.
kids. It's not worth it. Because what are you modeling for the kids? An unhealthy household?
So
A
they get to hear all the arguing, all the
yeah,
discourse and all that stuff. Like, no,
right.
it doesn't work. They've been having problems since day one. Let's not forget about Tampa. Let's not forget about the assistant. Let's not forget about the way he talks to her, the way he dismisses her,
Gaslights her.
gaslights the hell out of her.
They had a whole gaslight reel. That's why I was like,
They did.
or tell me y'all can do a whole gaslight reel, but we can't do a whole colorism reel. We can do a colorism reel. Yeah, definitely. We not staying for the kids. It's not modeling good behavior. The thing is that she's a preacher's kid, right? Her mom is like a minister, a pastor, or something like that. So she's living by the good book, trying to be holier than thou and all of this stuff. And when I don't
Mhm.
believe Ralph even touches I mean,
Yeah, emotional
and
abuse.
not only emotional abuse, financial abuse. He wants her out of the marital home. He said that he paid for it solely. I don't care if you paid for it solely, because for real, that's what the man is there to do, right? Protect and provide, right? So if we're under that thing, then that's what you're supposed to do. And if we are married, then I don't care if you paid for it solely while we were married. It's still mine. I still have some rights to the house. So anyway, divorcing a narc is going to be a tough pill. Drew,
Oh
put your
yeah, it's gonna
seatbelt
be rough.
on. Put your seatbelt on. Get
It's gonna
strapped
be
in, baby.
rough.
It's going to be a
Going to
rough
be
ride
rough.
for you. It's going to be a rough ride.
It's gonna be rough because of him, for sure.
Yes.
For
Yes.
sure.
Yes. Yes, he is in the streets. In the
In
streets.
the
And
street.
you can tell by the amount of control that he wanted, like how
Yeah.
he had cameras and how he's listening to conversations, that he's not in the room. List, there were too many red flags. There were too many red flags. Too many red flags.
Now let me ask you guys this: switching gears to Michael Darby suing Candace
Okay.
for $2 million for defamation of character. Why do you think this is coming out now? Why do you think he's suing her now? The comments that she made a while ago. So why? I wonder what is making him do it now. Like, I'm so confused.
Do you think because he's not really, how sometimes they have like a clause that you're not supposed to sue your castmates or something like that, and maybe
Yeah.
since he is either legally separated or an impending divorce is happening with Ashley, that he's free to do whatever he wants to now, and maybe he was by proxy kind of legally bound to Ashley, and that means that because he hasn't been on the show. Have
No.
we seen him at all this season?
Nope. Not one time.
This is name mentioned,
Just his name mentioned.
and like I said, I feel like that there was already some things on the horizon with legal with Michael, because when she retracted her statement about what happened between her and the baby, and Michael yelling and fussing, and Dean talk about this, stop fussing, and she had to go back and recant that. I feel like he might have had that legal team, and they was thinking about doing some things. So
That's why she made sure to say at the reunion,
her
he's
shit
an amazing father and da 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 da, and
up.
we're co-parenting, and he's this and that.
Yeah. Maybe she had a little rift and knew that something was coming down the pike or something. So she wanted to clean it up.
Yeah, she made sure.
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Drew's gonna have it's gonna be a tough divorce battle because he is psychotic.
He is.
He is crazy.
He always looked like he didn't like her. He looked like he tolerated her. He didn't like her.
I don't know.
It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. I feel bad for her, but like I said, the thing is that even with the way he was treating her, even with her seeing all of the things, and then her to turn around and tell Sonya that horrible advice about having a baby, because that's just what you're supposed to do, even though the man is not giving you the support that you need. Oh, but you're the woman and you just supposed to be, girl, no.
Absolutely the freak not. Shoot,
she was still hypnotized. She was still in the delusion of it all. So
she was now another Martell. Nah,
yeah.
No, baby. I think Ralph got Martell beat now. I think
I
Ralph
don't know. We have not seen Ralph get bout it, bout it. Now we done seen Martell show
we've seen
his
Ralph get
master
bout it,
black.
bout it. We've seen him get bout it, bout it. What's your definition? We've seen Ralph
Like Martell
show
compared
his
to
ass,
Martell.
like showing their ass. Like, what way has
Well,
Martell?
I think we see his colors, we see his red flags, but like violent, like
No, not
being
violent,
like
not violent.
raising voices, acting crazy, out of control. Like we haven't seen
But
that.
being controlling, I don't know. There's
But
something
yeah, I mean, he does it. I think he has a better way of masking it
he
and
masked it,
disguising it.
which makes it scarier, which makes
But
it
no, but see, they're in different phases. So where Mel and Martell was, he was exposed. So he was kind of like her. But Drew was still trying to, I'm gonna be the doting wife and I'm gonna try. So he really didn't have to really show his, he didn't have to get nasty like that with her because she was still trying to be submissive. You see what I'm saying? Like she
yeah.
wasn't bucking back like Mel was bucking back. Mel was bucking, and so Martell had to buck harder. So I guess that's why we got to see they're in different phases.
But
But
I'm
we're
just
still
talking.
talking about.
I'm talking real psychologically. Ralph
Oh
to
yeah,
Ralph,
yeah.
Ralph to
Oh,
me is
it's in them.
worse.
It's in them.
It is
It's in them.
he is. I
And I think that the other side of him will come out as well because she said,
he's gonna be very vindictive. He's
yeah,
gonna be nasty. He's going to be nasty. He might lie. He's
yeah,
gonna be controlling.
yeah,
He
all of that.
It's gonna be a nasty, nasty divorce.
She's gonna have to put her big girl panties on. So this season, I am gonna be looking for the clues that she is kind of doing the work to, because you have to build yourself up after being abused, emotionally abused by a narcissist like that. They chip away at you, and so it'll be interesting to see,
Mm-hmm.
has she done the work to build herself back up in order to prepare for this fight that she has with him. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So,
Woo, child. Well, y'all,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's a wrap on reality TV
You're
time.
right, you're right.
We've been here for almost an hour and 40 minutes, call it. So we're
Okay,
gonna we're gonna bounce up out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on a Friday night. What?
appreciate y'all.
Y'all made me so happy with these numbers. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really, really appreciate you guys. Nita, thank you for coming on.
Of
No,
course.
I love you. Love your commentary. You bring so much to the table. So thank you for doing this with me
Thank
each
you.
and every week. And
It was fun.
yeah, this was fun, you guys. This was a lot of fun. So anything coming up on your channel that you want to talk about, or
Yes, y'all. I'm getting ready to do my Creed review. It's already written. I'm getting ready to film it and hopefully
perfect?
edit it and get it up tonight because I'm so excited.
Ooh,
Y'all, this movie was fantastic. I mean, this
ooh,
trilogy, if y'all have HBO Max, go back and watch the first one, watch
okay.
the second one, and when you go for three, it's just like butter. It's so smooth. It's so like it just works. It really works. It's one of my favorite movie trilogies of all time. It's cracked the top 10. So it's
Wow.
really good. Really good.
Well, that's
And
awesome.
baby, let's
Yeah.
not forget about the eye candy.
Ooh, baby, the
That's
eye.
the price of admission. Oh,
All that
and
chocolate.
it's not objectify the men's, but baby, they need to be objectified. They look good.
Mm, 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 mm. The
Oh,
men's is I can't wait to see it, and I'll definitely. Is yours gonna be spoiler free?
yes, it's gonna be spoiler for
Okay, so I'll watch it.
you.
I will watch it.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I'm doing that tonight. So look forward to that. So I did really good numbers with the trailer reaction. I was so surprised at the numbers that actually did. So hopefully, and
Good.
then I'll be also showing some clips and giving you some a breakdown of why Sylvester Stallone uh parted ways with the franchise. And so
Ooh,
I'll
okay.
have a little tidbit of that in there too and how I feel about it.
All right. Well, y'all make sure y'all tune in and support Nita the Diva. Okay.
Yes, the muscles muscling. Yes, baby. Ooh,
Just chocolate, chocolate, chocolate.
child, low key. I think that's why my son got me in the damn gym every morning at 6 o'clock on them weights, trying to get his body right and tight. Girl, he taking me up, talk about, Mama, you ready? 6 o'clock in the morning to go to the gym.
Oh, hell no.
Girl, I've been going. I've been going, but shit.
That's hard. That's tough. I couldn't, girl.
I try to do a little something. Like I gotta build up to it. I ain't been in the gym since the panorama. So
I ain't been in the
the
gym in so
old
long.
diva, we gotta get the bones. The bones still cracking. They still they I gotta grease them up a little bit.
I haven't been in the gym in so long. I just ooh, me in the gym. We have to have a conversation because I've been avoiding it for quite some time.
Yes, yes. Make sure y'all like and subscribe.
Oh yes, make
We'll
y'all
see
right
you
now
next
stop
week.
what you're doing. Stop what you're doing and hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button right now. Right now. And make sure you have your notification bells turned on for both me and Nita. That way you will get notified whenever we drop new content.
Yes, yes. All right. What up,
Y'all.
Renee?
Well, we are going to get out of here. Y'all have a wonderful night. Y'all take care, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.